all-time favorite cheat meal. What is going on, guys? Your boy Justin here with Presco. Today's video is going to be a Q&A that I asked you guys on Instagram to come up with some good questions. We got some great ones here that I'm looking at now. Let's dive in and answer some of the questions that you guys asked, see if I can help you guys out. You guys can learn a thing or two. Thoughts on working sets until failure? 1000%. This is what I've done for probably since getting my pro card, my second and third pro show. I started to train where I was going to failure on my working sets. I think before then, I was more of the guy that would do 3 to 4 sets to what I thought was failure, but like it wasn't failure. And I was kind of like pyramiding up, like let's say it was 135 for 12 and then 185 for whatever, and keep that going up, right? But now all my working sets are to failure. You can't do a lot of them. Most I'll do is 2, maybe 3 working sets because it's all to failure on a certain exercise that's not, too taxing, maybe arms or shoulders or something like that. Go to failure, reduce the sets you have total. I think it will be a good change for you to give it a go. All right, next question. This is one that I've been asked before, but I don't know if I've never put it on YouTube. All-time favorite cheat meal. Oh, this is a challenge. This is a challenge. Honestly, I think my all-time favorite cheat meal is going to be, I know this is really basic, it's just going to be a good burger and fries. I think that was something that I enjoyed before bodybuilding. Like something that I love is just a good cheeseburger and fries. So because I enjoyed it before bodybuilding, and when we start this bodybuilding lifestyle, we don't have a lot of cheat meals anyway. So I enjoy them just as much as I have them as a bodybuilder versus before and now. A sushi is a good honorable or a good second place. There's other great options, but I think the burger and fry is my all-time favorite cheat meal.
Which place is your favorite?
So I used to say McDonald's. No, not anymore. Real long fans know my horror story and my trauma with McDonald's. Five Guys is good. Five Guys is very, very good. More of that kind of like smash burger, quick. We have Redstone, which is around where me and Presco live. It's another really good burger. So I'd say those are a couple really good burger spots. Favorite body part to train? It used to be legs. Now it's definitely gotten to be back because I finally connect with my back well. I feel it well. I found really good movements for my back. It's definitely been a weaker area for me even up until this past year. The feedback from the judges is always, bring up your back. The Olympia placing, that was my feedback. So, but I'm really blessed. I've found movements and sequences for my my back training that I hit 2 times a week. It just works right now. It feels really, really good. So back is my favorite body part to train. Legs used to be the least favorite. I don't have a shoulder day. Shoulders is kind of like split up throughout things. I kind of have a shoulder and arm day. I do a little bit more arm on that day. I'd say probably that day is my least favorite. Pre-workout meal. What I'm currently having is honestly probably my favorite pre-workout meal anyway. Cream of rice and protein powder and peanut butter and some fruit on there or some honey. And now just with carbs being high, my coach has added in blueberries and honey. So it's a very nice, tasty, like protein carb type of dish. So that's my pre-workout right now. How much time do you practice posing? In the off season, definitely not enough. I can be the first to admit that. In the off season, I only really pose when I check in, hitting some upper body after training upper body, if I'm gonna be honest with you guys. But in prep, it's a different story. I'm posing pretty frequently in prep, and I'm focusing on holding everything for a good chunk of time. I think that helps with your look and then also with your endurance in terms of your breathing capability when you are flexing and holding poses, pulling vacuums. There's a lot going on stage, plus you're dehydrated. So in a prep setting, Whenever I check in, I'll do my rounds, and then I might go through more rounds after training, and then my posting routine I'm practicing pretty regularly until I nail it, and then I kind of pull back on that to just focus on nailing the mandatories. That's where we're judged on. So you just want to make sure you're holding those well and nailing them well. How do you deal with haters? And then in parentheses, I'm always made fun of for wanting to compete naturally in the future. I don't know why people making fun of you, dog. They shouldn't be. Shame on them. Listen, people are going to hate on you, whether it's because they don't like you, whether it's because they're jealous of what you're doing. Maybe they just literally don't know how to behave another way. It doesn't matter. It's all just noise. It's all just noise. You have to focus on you. Let the haters motivate you, because with more supporters comes more haters. The number of people that have eyes on you is going up. They're probably going up, together collectively. Avoid the noise. Let it motivate you. Focus on you. You won't have the time for that bullshit. So just focus on you. Avoid the haters. What's your ideal rep range and sets with exercises, and what is your current split looking like? So I'll start by saying sets first. So usually I'm going to be doing 2 sets for a movement. That's pretty standard, is to do 2 sets for a movement, sometimes 3, maybe if it's the last movement and I'm pretty warm going into that exercise. I don't need to do a warm up or a feeder set. A good example might be a cable curl at the end of an arm workout, right? By that point, your arms are so pumped up. And if I'm keeping my reps, between, let's say, 8 and 15, I know it's going to be safe and I'm going to get a good squeeze from it. Rep ranges, man. So more so probably the 8 to 12 range, but I also do lower. A great example is I just Smith inclined, I think 355 for 6. That's kind of the lowest reps I'll do. But for hack, I did 5 plates on the Cybex hack for 13 reps, which is monstrous. 2 compound movements for each of those prospective muscle groups. My advice to you would be to find what works for you for the given body part. No body part is the same. My back is my weak point. I need to train back twice a week. I can train everything else once a week to maintain it fairly well and even grow, let's say, my chest and my legs, doing them once a week, And then you asked as well, what is your current split looking like? Let's say it starts with Sunday. Sunday's leg day. Monday, so back and biceps. It's going to be let's say, call it an upper pull. Then Tuesday, I'm going to rest. Wednesday, push session. So I'll be doing chest, my full chest workout, and then I'll do a rear delt and a lateral movement, and I'll do, 2 movements for triceps. So 7, 8 movements there. Thursday is my lower pull, but I still do back, right? So instead of back and biceps, it's back and hamstrings, so I'll do 4 back movements and 2 hamstring movements. Friday is rest. Saturday is arms and delts. Why did you decide to start bodybuilding? I don't really remember a specific reason. It wasn't some people have this immediate this is what I want to do and their whole life changes. Mine kind of gradually gotten into that, right? But I can tell you kind of how it started for me. I was playing hockey still. I was a hockey goalie, and actually I was pretty good, and I almost had an opportunity to potentially go play Division I, and hockey was my love back then. My last year of hockey though, some buddies of mine introduced me to bodybuilding type of working out, right? I worked with these 2 guys at a pizza shop, 2 of my best friends to the day. My buddy Keith had, big arms, and I was like, I want big arms. Let me work out with you. We go to Planet Fitness. While I was still playing hockey in my last season, I was starting to bodybuild and started to work out more like that. When I got injured the following year, when I was bed rest, I said to myself, I don't want to play hockey anymore. I miss the gym. I miss working out. This is what I want to do. And when I was bed rest, I remember seeing Jay Cutler, Dorian Yates, if you guys know Jeff Side. I just kind of looked up to the fitness stuff he was putting out. But I really, really was fascinated with the Dorians and the Jays. And then I watched Pumping Iron. When I got healed from my accident, I said, I'm gonna start to eat, train, do everything like a bodybuilder. May of 2015, I did my very first show in October of 2016, so just about a year and a half later. The rest after that was complete history. Advice you'd give to your younger competing self. I would tell myself, I'm trying to give you guys a really good one here. It is a marathon and not a sprint, and you need to be invested for a long time at full capacity, full intensity. Go through trials, tribulations, good times, bad times, personal life things, and still progress and improve. You need to pace yourself, understand that it's a long road. A lot of things are going to get in the way. Life's going to happen, you can't stop. And usually the people, the most consistent, despite all those trials, tribulations, and hardships and tough times, are going to be the ones that succeed at the end. I'd rather be consistent for 12 months, even if you make a little bit of a mistake each month, than be perfect for only 1 month and off for all the others. So that'd be my advice for you guys. What do you like to do on your free time? What the hell is free time? There's no free time. When I do have free time, my favorite thing to do, honestly, I like watching movies. I know that sounds like so simple and basic, but like I don't have a lot of time in my schedule. So when I can just like sit down and watch a good movie, I feel like that is one of the best, most peaceful things for me right now. We just sit on the couch with the dogs. That's like my sweet spot right now, for sure. All right, guys, the last question that we're going to answer for today. What is the number one training advice you'd give to improve? There's a lot of things that I could say and give you guys to help you improve. The number one thing, longevity of your body, your muscle, your training, most things is going to be really standardize your form. Really make sure your form is consistent, it's intense, train with intention. You think about the movement that you're doing. There's certain movements that I really slow down and there are others that I move through quicker. I've figured out which ones are which for me. When I say focus on your form, there might be a movement like a back squat where like you're controlling the eccentric, but it's not a slow eccentric. That's okay, so long as the form is good. There's a lot of people out there that didn't have the best of forms that still made it to the absolute top. In my opinion, they're anomalies because I don't see that being a super beneficial long-term way of training to improve, to keep the body safe. Train with intent, slow down movements for the most part, and prolong the life of your gym time in your body. All right, guys, so that is a wrap. You guys asked some really good questions. Thank you guys for participating in it. So always feel free to ask me. I'll try to help as much as possible. But with that being said, like, subscribe, comment what you want to see next. Go check out Presco on Instagram. Go check out me on Instagram. Go support the sponsors. Go do all that jazz. If I didn't say subscribe again to me. I appreciate it, guys. Justin Batterina signing out.